and welcome back to Two Bears Trekking. Okay, today we are going to talk about, well, not so much the Nomad Internet scam, but the fallout.
The whole concept.
The whole concept, and why I think, and maybe you agree, that YouTube is just broken. So unless you're living under a rock, you've heard of the whole Nomad Internet collapse.
Well, I was living under a rock until you told me about it. Then I went, what?
You've been either working or producing video, so...
Yes.
Yeah, so, and there are plenty of people who've done videos on it, and if you want the technical details, which we're not going to give you, you can go over to RV Miles, just type in RV Miles, and he's great. He does almost strictly news, and he did a whole history video on the head of the company, etc., and his whole past. So
do your research,
and that's a good point. Do your research, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, I don't even know where to start.
Oh,
so,
well, let's start somewhere.
So internet is...
By the way, this is black coffee, just so I tell you.
And there's a whole story behind that, and if we were other YouTube channels, we might
be
get
talking.
into that.
We'd spend the next 45 minutes talking about our beverage, but we're not. Moving on.
Send us a message if you want us to talk about that. All right. So, scams. Scammers gonna scam.
Scammers gonna scam. That's what they do. That's their job. That's what they do well. And I got scammed in the past, so I understand. I've learned my lesson.
I've never gotten scammed.
No one's going to scam him.
Because you ain't gonna scam me.
No.
And if you think you're gonna scam me...
He's going to turn around and scam you.
Yeah. There's a movie about that where the scammers get the scammer and whatever.
Yeah.
But great movie, by the way. So okay. Nomad Internet. Internet, a big thing among RVers. People, it's one of the things people fight about. We haven't really done a video on it because, you know what? Nobody's going to like our reasoning or solution because it's too simple and of course it's frugal.
Wait, just tell them.
Yeah,
go ahead. We're into this honest thing.
We use our cell phones.
Yes.
We don't even have a primary carrier.
No,
and that's a problem. And I think we've alluded to that in some of our reviews. We have US Cellular, but I like them because I can get free phones. I got my iPhone 14 Pro basically for free.
We're frugal.
So frugal, we got your 12 Pro Max for free. So that's the driving force. Yes, you know, we have plans that are basically unlimited data, you know, capped hotspot. Yes, we do get throttled. Yes, we aren't given priority, for example,
but
on
we
Verizon towers.
We accept those issues.
Yeah.
And we move on.
We work around that. We don't have to be on the internet. We're not, you know, talking somebody through surgery.
No.
Yes.
No.
For my eBay business, okay, I got to do the post office anyway, and I figure it out. I've always figured it out. I don't mind figuring it out.
No.
There are people who are going to tell you got to slap, you know, Starlink up for $130 a month, now going up to $150.
Not frugal.
Plus the equipment fees and yeah, great. Plus you still have to have a cell phone, so you're not going to get rid of your cell phone.
Nope.
And yeah, there's someone who did a video who also ranted about other YouTubers. And I looked at their video where they have 5 different devices. And I'm like exhausted.
Why?
For the average person, that just doesn't make sense.
No.
So I understand, you know, I appreciate all of the information, but I understand what the options are. Okay. With our Quartzsite video, we've gotten into people about, you know, there's no internet, especially during peak times. Like, even if you're under the cell tower, like, and then somebody said, oh, well, we don't have a problem, you know, or we have WeBoost, or people lie to you. Okay. Let me just tell you that straight out. And if you look at people who are taking down the big name YouTubers who supported Nomad Internet, they'll say this flat out. We are honest. Like it or not.
We're going to say what we think, and we're going to give you our honest review. We've always done that. We will continue to do that. If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
And that is the first thing that's broken about YouTube. People are liars.
Okay? Liars, pants on fires.
Even one of the channels that we enjoyed, You know, they did a video a couple years into it. Oh, we've been lying to you. Yes, and we played with We Have a Secret.
Yes.
And, you know, it was something actually some of you did know.
Yes.
And, you know, we just wanted to put everything into context for you and share that, you know, these things do happen and sometimes you need to be a part, and how does that all work?
Right.
But I think people trust these big name YouTubers because they have hundreds of thousands, 1 million followers, subscribers, and they just presume that everything they're telling them is truthful. They seem like nice people. Well, the nicest of people can be scam artists.
Yes.
Or they can be taking advantage of you.
Yes.
Or they can have their own agenda. We have no agenda. I don't really care what people think about me.
No.
Think what you may. That's not what drives my behavior, right?
Nope. And it shouldn't.
And it shouldn't. So I'm truthful, honest. I give you the facts. You can argue against the facts with other facts.
Please, if you have other facts, please share them. Let's get into debate and discussion.
Right. We want to have a fruitful discussion.
Yes.
But unfortunately, again, second thing that's broken about YouTube, you can't have open, honest, and factual discussions.
No.
People are driven by emotions. And these YouTube channels and sponsors and mainstream creators want you to be driven by emotion, not by facts, because emotions are fungible. They necessarily can't be disputed.
Fungible. Nice word.
Yeah.
Now,
It's kind of like pejorative.
Oh, pejorative. Yes.
So, you know, it's like facts, you know, like the 12-vote fridge, you know, I've talked about. And watch our comment video that's going to be coming up. We're going to talk about one of the comments there, and I'm just going to be straightforward, factual, and snarky about it.
Go for it, sweetie.
Because you can't argue facts.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts. And that's what we've done, or we've tried to do with our videos. Okay, so circling back on this whole Nomad situation.
Let's wrap this bucket up.
It was a fiasco that I could see coming 10 miles away. I never even gave Nomad the time of day. And we've said we won't do sponsorships unless we fully investigated. I've written a book. I was a travel blogger. I've been to travel blog conferences, one in New York City, where there was a rep for a large cruise line who shall remain unnamed. And it was their ad agency rep. Who basically said, you know, basically, we're not going to work with you unless we know you're going to give us positive reviews. You know what? I ain't about that.
No.
I'm going to tell you the facts. I'm going to give you the real information. Now, you can say, well, that's subjective. Okay, there are some things that are somewhat subjective and somewhat objective. I left a Facebook group recently. I was in Celebrity Q&A, and it was lacking moderation. And because, you know, and the guy created the group out of good intentions. But if you don't have the ability to then maintain it and maintain civility, people are going to leave. All the good people are going to leave.
Right.
The chaff is going to be left there in the group. And basically, it's worthless because the people who provide actually good information, and the same thing applies to YouTube, and that's why I'm talking about it, are just going to go away because there's no incentive. They're competing against people who are lying, charming, and that's what viewers gravitate towards.
That's what we're noticing viewers are gravitated to.
Because it's easy. They don't have to think.
Nope.
They don't have to challenge their own thoughts and opinions. And they don't have to do research. And it's just easy. I want somebody to tell me, oh, what is the best internet solution out there? Well, obviously it wasn't Nomad Internet, but that's what everybody was telling you, all the big influencers. And you know what? At the end of the day, you know, everyone goes on their apology tour. I never want to have to go on an apology tour.
No, and he won't. Trust me.
So, you know, if you don't want us to tell you or steer you in the wrong direction, then you should be subscribed to our channel because we keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we've done it in a sort of a nice, demure, there's another word for you,
Demure?
way, but
I'm getting tired of being demure, okay?
so you know, we're going to ratchet it up a notch.
Oh, watch out.
So problem number 3, viewers gravitate towards what is easy, and those content creators that appeal to their emotions. And that is problem number 3 with YouTube. 1, 2, 3, that's why we say YouTube is broken. We are trying to fix it, one viewer at a time.
One video at a time.
Exactly. Somebody you can trust, you can rely on, who you know isn't going to tell you just what you want to hear.
No.
Because that's what they do.
You can find plenty of those stations out there, channels out there.
They're plentiful. That's 95% of them.
Right.
You want to put 2,000 watts of solar on the roof and on the sides of your RV?
Go right ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah. More power to you. More power to you.
That is
That was
gold.
bad. That was
Go, Jim.
Oh.
Go. That's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. You want a 12-volt fridge? Go for it.
Yeah.
But don't make a snarky comment as if my facts are wrong, because I assure you, they're not.
They're not.
Okay? So, you know, we just wanted to address that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not attacking anyone in particular, although we have a list. If you want to know what that list is.
We have our list.
Some YouTubers have come down some notches. Yes, a lot of people willingly fell into these traps. And like I said, the end, scammer's going to scam.
You can choose if you're not. Yeah.
I blame them less than the YouTubers who didn't do their due diligence and just blindly supported them for their own personal gain.
Yes.
At the expense of their viewers. And then I blame the viewers, because these are the YouTubers that you, the viewers, have created, because you subscribe to their channels, you've watched their videos.
Yes.
And there are plenty of other honest, straightforward, altruistic YouTubers out there willing to engage with their audience in a meaningful way.
Yes.
I will say this in closing, because this goes both to when I would answer questions, and we're going to do a video about cruising and the cost of cruising, how to get cheap cruising.
Yes.
I've given the same responses on whether it's Facebook groups or a solo cruiser who's doing constant cruising and is out there. And, you know, if you ask for viewer input and a viewer comes up with something that you haven't thought of, you haven't mentioned, you know, it should be well received. And that's in any public group. But the reality is, people don't want to hear that the answer is a little bit more nuanced and complicated. They want the answer to be simple.
They want an easy answer, easy click, easy solve. Life is not like
simple.
Yeah, life is not like that, sweetie. Sorry.
So yes, sometimes we have detailed information. Things are a little bit more complicated. That's because life is not straightforward.
Nope, it's not.
And anybody who's telling you it's this or that straightforward probably is lying to you for their
selling something.
Or selling something. We ain't selling something. Yes, we send you over to my eBay store, his photography website. If you want to buy something, you see something you like, great. We care very much about our viewers, and we don't want our viewers to be scammed, taken in, and think something that's not true because other people are misrepresenting it, and it feels good to you emotionally, but factually it's a bunch of horseshit.
Yep. Oh, cool.
That's all I have to say about it. And as always,
keep on trekking.